This multimedia impact weather briefing is for the potential severe thunderstorm and tornado outbreak for central Alabama, starting Tuesday, April 26th, and lasting into Wednesday, April 27th. I am National Weather Service meteorologist Jim Westland. I'll be your guide regarding this threat, so let's get right to it. Here's a threat overview. This is going to be a multi-day event, not just for Alabama, but also for other areas of the country. And since it is a multi-day event and developments that can happen one day can have an influence on what happens the next day, things can get complicated when trying to figure out specific threats for each day. As of right now, Tuesday's severe weather risk is somewhat lower. The cold front helping to set off all the bad weather will be quite a ways to our west on Tuesday. That's where the higher threat is. Having said that, we don't want to let our guard down, but the more we look at each batch of computer model data, it looks more and more like Wednesday will have the higher threat of severe weather in general and a higher risk of strong and long-track tornadoes in particular. Here's the weather map for Tuesday, and as I said before, you can see the cold front will be positioned well to our west and not moving very fast at all also. But conditions do look like they may become unstable enough so that strong to severe storms may develop in Alabama in the afternoon. And if they do, the storms would likely then last into the evening hours before weakening. The area highlighted in orange on this map, roughly along and north of Interstate 20, has the highest threat of severe storms, which is primarily for damaging winds. As we show on our threat level chart here, the chance of tornadoes is relatively low on Tuesday, but it's not zero. Wednesday still looks like it'll be the main event for central Alabama as that cold front finally advances and pushes through the state. Again, events that transpire Tuesday and Tuesday night to our west could have a lasting influence on what exactly develops here on Wednesday. But at this time, there's a pretty good chance that supercell thunderstorms will develop and move across central Alabama Wednesday afternoon and evening. These supercell storms would have the potential to produce strong and long-track tornadoes. There's still some uncertainty as to whether or not the supercells would eventually merge into a single squall line. If they did that, that would lessen the tornado threat, but it would actually increase the area of damaging wind threat. As of right now, the area with the greatest tornado threat is from the cities of Demopolis, Clanton, Sylacauga, and Anniston northward. Prime time looks like from noon in the west, spreading eastward from there during the afternoon and evening hours. Things will ultimately wind down with the passage of the actual cold front around midnight. Here's our relative threat chart for Wednesday, and as you can see, we've got higher levels for all severe weather threats. Depending on how things shake out between now and then, there's a chance we may have to move the tornado or damaging wind threat into the extreme category. So in summary, it looks like there is a threat of a multi-day severe weather outbreak in central Alabama, with the main event coming on Wednesday. The threat will peak both Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons. All threats will finally come to an end after the cold front gets through here Wednesday night. Remember, upstream developments can have a bearing on what happens here specifically, so please check back for updates. And finally, if you've got friends, family, or co-workers that may not pay attention to the weather forecast as much as you do, please make sure that they at the very least, be weather aware on Wednesday. Thank you, and that is all.